Hi guys, my name is Zay and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my October TBR. Recently just did a fall TBR. You are going to see some repeats on this one. I'm so sorry about that. I'm excited because October has so many new releases that it is insane. I was not able to include all the books because this TBR would just be wild. And I'm just trying to not make it so unachievable. We're gonna try to make it to where I can read a lot of these books. So I didn't want to add all of them, but just know that there are more books on this list that I would like to read. But let's just get right into the video. I'm gonna start with some new releases. So the first book is The Best Laid Plans by Carla Sorensen. So this comes out, I believe on the 3rd, October 3rd. Yes, this comes out October 3rd. I'm really excited about it. I don't know anything about it and I don't have to. I love Carla Sorensen. She writes kind of like cozier romances to me. They're just sweet, funny, spicy, just like really chill romances that I really enjoy. So I'm excited for this one. So next we have Don't Forget Me Tomorrow by A.L. Jackson. This comes out on October 5th. So this book is the second book in her, I'm blanking, I own this, the first book in the series, but I can't remember. It's Small Town. I believe this is romantic suspense. I don't know much about this one as well, but I really enjoyed the first book in the series. I thought it was a good intro to the series. That one is like single dad, again, romantic suspense, small town, nanny romance. I really enjoyed that one, so I'm excited for this book. We have Caught Up by Liz Tomford. This is probably my most highly anticipated book of the month. I am so excited for Kai's story. Baseball romance, single dad, nanny romance. I think the heroine's the coach's daughter. I don't know, but this comes out on the 10th. Yes, this comes out on the 10th. I cannot wait to read this one. The audiobook will also be coming out simultaneously with the ebook. So I am just like gonna be reading this one immediately. Gonna be dropping everything to read this book. So I am so stoked for this one. I think it's gonna be really amazing. Can she outdo Ryan Shea? I don't know about that, but I'm ready for whatever Liz has in store. Then we have The Problem with Dating by Brittany Cherry. So I think that this book is going to be more like for a romantic comedy, which it's funny because Holly Dates by her, which came out I believe last December, was supposed to be a like rom-com, and it's lighter than some of her other stuff, but it's still pretty emotional. So I'm excited for this one. This is like fake dating, a romance, and I think this cover is pretty sweet. So we'll see about this one, but I have enjoyed the last two books that she's come out with. So I'm excited to see what I think about this one. And this one just, I don't know, the vibe of this cover just looks different than some of the other things that she's done. So I'm always excited to read something new from Brittany Cherry. Next we have Hopeless by Elsie Silver. Again, this is like my second most anticipated book of the year. This is Beau's story, the last book in the Chestnut Spring series. I have enjoyed just about every book in the series. My favorites are Heartless and Flawless, but I really enjoyed Reckless as well. I was not expecting to enjoy that one that much, but I am so stoked for this one because we have been anticipating Beau's story. We got a little insight into his story in the last book, and so I'm just curious to see what Elsie is going to do with Beau's story and how she's ultimately going to end the series. It is going to be so sad to say goodbye to these characters and to this world that she's created, but I'm really looking forward to closing this chapter on this amazing series. Then we have Shadows of You by Catherine Cowles. Again, like one of the most anticipated books of the month. This comes out on the 19th. So I have loved this series. It's like romantic suspense filled with a lot of fun tropes. It looks angsty and like emotional. That's just the vibes I get from this cover. When it is by my favorite author, I don't really want to know much about it. I try to go into these books knowing as little as possible. Okay, so all I know about Shadows of You is that it's obviously small town romantic suspense, but we have a broken hero, we have a single mom, we have a heroine in hiding, which I think Catherine Cowles does like heroine on the run or like in hiding so well. She's just really good at that kind of stuff. And we have Grumpy Sunshine, Forced Proximity. This sounds amazing. I am very much looking forward to reading this one. I should be getting this one as an arc. I have a couple of these and I'll be getting as arcs, so I am so stoked for this one. The next book is Butcher and Blackbird by Bren Weaver. So I mentioned this in my fall TBR, but I need to read this book this month. I just think that it's going to be the perfect time, obviously, because it's October. It's going to give me all the spooky vibes, but this is a dark romance. It follows two serial killers, and that's all I know. I'm excited. It sounds really good. It's like a dark romantic comedy, and I just think I'm very curious to see how the author is going to pull off a dark romantic comedy. I've never read that before, so this book has me very intrigued, and I have seen nothing but rave reviews, which makes me excited but also very nervous. So I definitely will be reading this, and I'll probably try to vlog it, so we'll see. But let me know if you have any books on this list that you specifically would like for me to vlog. I do have a lot of plans in October for vlogs. I hope it works out, but this book is high on my list. This cover is amazing, black and pink. It's just fantastic. So yes, I can't wait to read this one very soon. So then we have The Fall of Bradley Reed by Morgan Elizabeth. I also mentioned this in my fall TBR. Now I mentioned that this is John Tucker Must Die inspired. Our heroine is left at the altar by her fiance, and she wants to get revenge on him. Now her ex is being he's being investigated for doing some like shady things, and the investigator has found some of the things that she's been looking up, and he thinks that she'd be a good reliable witness for him. So I guess he like interferes. I think there's fake dating in this. I think he ends up being like her bodyguard or something. Again, I try to go into books not knowing much, but the premise sounds very interesting. Sounds like a more cozy read, and it'll be my first by Morgan Elizabeth. I have Dark Lover by J.R. Ward. Now this is the first book in her Black Dagger Brotherhood series. I have heard amazing things about the series. I know that it is a vampire series. I just don't know much about it, but I have heard amazing things. I have tried to read this in the past, but it's been several years. I think that I can handle it now. The writing style of J.R. Ward kind of threw me off because she throws in some different POVs, but I would like to try to read this again. Okay, next we have A Hunger Like No Other by Cressley Cole. This is such a popular OG paranormal series. I want to get to this one so badly. Then we have Slave to Sensation by Nalini Singh. I think this is the first book in her Side Changeling series. I don't know much about this series, but again, very anticipated paranormal romance series that has a very loyal fan base, and I want to check it out. Next, we have a book that came out last month, and it's Kiss and Spell by Celeste Martin. I think this is like the second book in a series. I think it's like small town, witchy vibes. It just sounds like a cute, cozy read. So I want to read that one. Next, we have Black Sunshine by Karina Halley. Now, this one has some mixed reviews on Goodreads from some friends of mine that I do trust their opinions on, but I still would like to give it a try. This one sounds very interesting. I know it's like a vampire book. I've never read anything by Karina that is in her contemporary stuff, so it'd be very interesting. And she has a lot more books that are like fantasy, paranormal that I want to check out, but this one is one that I would like to check out first. We will see. You'll see how this one goes, but I'm just in such a vampire mood. I have started rewatching Vampire Diaries, and then I also started watching Buffy, so I'm just all about the vampires right now. Next, we have Her Soul to Keep by Harley LaRue, this one for October, so I hope I can check it out. Next, we have The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. This came out last year. Again, this just sounds like a cute, cozy, witchy read. I've heard excellent reviews on this book, and I missed out on it last year. I don't want to miss on it this year, so this is definitely one that I would like to read in between some darker stuff, because like I said, I do have more on my TBR, but we're limiting ourselves. We're limiting ourselves. Then we have Boot Up by Danielle Allen. This is like a Halloween novella by Danielle Allen, who I really enjoy. So I'm just excited to read this one. Obviously, it's going to give me all the Halloween vibes. Now, I have several thrillers that I would like to read this month, but again, I'm just trying to keep this list as realistic as I can, and I'm not trying to overwhelm myself. So I just put one thriller on this list, but just know that there are other thrillers. I would like to do a thriller vlog. Let me know if you all would be interested in that as well. But the book I want to read is Midnight in the Darkest Hour by Ashley Winstead. So Ashley Winstead wrote one of my favorite thrillers of all time, In My Dreams, I Hold a Knife. I love that book with everything. It is so good. If you have not read it, this is the perfect time to read it. But I missed out on her second release. Well, I think she has another book that she came out with that's like a romance book, but I missed out on her second thriller release last year, The Last Housewife, Southern thriller about a killer haunting a small town in Louisiana. Two outcasts, the preacher's daughter, and the boy from the wrong side of the tracks hold the key to uncovering the truth. It sounds really good. Anyway, enough talking. That is all for October. October is a very overwhelming month. There's so many new releases, but it's so exciting, right? So many good books to look forward to. So many releases that I really want to read are coming out this month in particular. So let me know what you all have on your October TBR. I want to know. Like I said, I have a lot of books that I did not include because there are so many books, but October is going to be a good reading month. Appreciate you all watching my video today. Please make sure to subscribe to get more videos from me. I will see you all in my next video. Bye.